Let's get more on this record defense budget now. We're joined by former U.S. Ambassador Henry S. Ensher, who joins us from San Diego in California. Thank you very much for speaking to us this evening. Now, presidential budgets are, of course, wish lists that must be approved, as John pointed out there, by Congress rather than binding orders. But where's this heading? Because Congress does control the purse strings.
Well, thanks very much. Well, first of all, I think I'll just quote your correspondent there, Mr. Brain. We're headed for a whopping big increase in the defense budget. Whether it's $1.5 trillion or some other figure, that's where I think it will end up. Look, cutting the social welfare programs, the environmental programs, that will also meet other Republican priorities, but really, it's a small change compared to the size of the defense budget, which means that the U.S. budget deficit will increase pretty dramatically, which Republicans usually say is a bad thing. But the defense budget always wins. It's a question of the scale of the victory in American political and budgeting life.
I mean, you alluded to it there, Henry. This outlines what Donald Trump's political priorities are here, and it comes as little surprise that he's looking for more defense spending.
So there's a couple of things going on here. One, this is a Republican priority. This is a case where Donald Trump's personal priorities and traditional Republican Party priorities intersect nicely. They always want more defense spending. When it comes to Trump, I mean, one thing I think that President Trump has learned is that he can use the military instrument almost at will, right? So it's logical to think that he would want that to be the biggest and strongest possible policy instrument, because again, it will do exactly what he wants to do.
We're talking about huge amounts of money here. Trillions of dollars. What would this amount of money be used for?
So I've read the initial document, and what we're talking here about is a couple of dozen, more than 2 dozen new ships. Those are expensive items. Massive replenishment of ammunition and weapon systems, and it also goes to a lot more AI capability and a lot more drones to reflect the future of warfare. So all of those things all together, as you said, it is a wish list, and I suspect that the Defense Department will get most of it.
And of course, this all comes at the expense of many other things. What exactly would get a cut? And what are the main concerns here?
So there's a couple of things here. One is domestic programs, and I mean basically social welfare and particularly environmental programs are going to get cut, okay? Those won't make any difference to the size of the defense budget, but they will increase the deficit. And then also, of course, the other instruments of foreign policy, I mean, development assistance and diplomacy will also get large cuts. The State Department is supposed to lose 30% of its budget. They probably have enough friends in Congress, so it won't be that big, but there will be significant cuts to diplomacy and development, which means that when President Trump and future presidents try to deal with a foreign policy issue or crisis, the biggest, most important instrument they have in their hands will be the military rather than diplomacy or development, means that more use of the military instrument is likely.
Henry S. Ensher, thank you very much for your analysis.